And now I'd like to introduce a nursery rhyme by Mother Goose.
Simple Simon met a pieman going to the fair. Says Simple Simon to the pieman, "Let me taste your ware." Says the pieman to Simple Simon, "Show me first your penny." Says Simple Simon to the pieman, "Indeed, I have not any." One of these pies is different from the others. Which one do you think it is? Yes, you are right. The middle pie is different. Can you tell me why? Because the middle pie has a big piece missing. I wonder who ate the missing piece of pie. Oh, Simple Simon, you naughty, naughty boy.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. The cat's not here. Oh, what a pity. I need her in my circus show, so the audience will shout, "Bravo!" A lion tamer I will be, and do tricks with Penelope. I'll walk into the cage alone. The crowds will ooh and ah and groan, and then the gate will be released, and in will leap the savage beast. A lion tamer must be brave to get a big cat to behave. "Back, back, back," I'll say. The snarling beast will soon obey. The crowds will cheer and yell for more. Oh, is that a cat that gave a roar? Oh, I think I'll go back to my bed and plan a magician's act instead. Lion tamers know no fear, but magicians, they can disappear.
Can you hear a sound? How do you think that sound is being made? Were you surprised, or did you know that someone was clapping their hands together? Can you make a clapping sound with your hands? That's good. Can you clap louder? I wonder what it would sound like if we could hear everybody clapping.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm juggling with one ball because I figure that's the best way to start.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, how would you like to be a clown in the circus?
Thanks, Jody, but I'm going to be a juggler.
Well, you can be a juggler, too. I'm doing a clown act, and I need an assistant. Come on, please.
Jody, aren't clowns supposed to make people laugh? Are you sure we can do that?
Oh, sure we can. There's all kinds of things in this box that we can use. See?
That was very good.
Oh, pretty tricky.
Circus clowns, that's what we are. In our show we'll be the star, making jokes about the weather by bumping both our heads together. Big red nose or funny clothes. Sometimes clowns have shoes with lots of toes. Oh, clowns have so much fun. They please everyone. They're happy when they make people laugh. They're happy when they make people laugh. Oh. Round again.
Tara boom, Tara. It's the Circus Shangri-La.
Please, Mr. Crenshaw. Must you make so much dust? It's clogging my machinery.
Oh, sorry, TXL. I was just brushing off this old costume for the circus. Guess what I'm gonna be?
A costume brusher.
Yeah, no. No, a ringmaster. Do you know what a ringmaster does? He's the boss of the whole circus, and he introduces all the acts. Oh, it's an important job. Yes, sir. Very important. I always wanted to be a ringmaster, even when I was a little boy. Oh, yes, indeedy. Every summer I would wait for that wonderful day when the circus would come to town. Of course, I wasn't the only one who wanted to see the circus. All the other boys and girls wanted to see the circus, too. Hey, How would you like to hear a story about a little boy and girl who saved up all their money so that they could go to the circus? You would? Great. Now, this story is called Big Day at the Big Top.
Debbie heard the music first. "Here it comes," she shouted gleefully. Eric looked up at his older sister and frowned. He couldn't hear anything, and he was listening as hard as he could. Then suddenly he heard the faint sound of the circus organ, its high-pitched whistle catching the breeze that blew gently along the main street. Eric turned to Debbie and smiled. It was true. The circus had come to town. Debbie and Eric shouted and waved and whistled and clapped as the circus parade passed by. There were bands and balloons and jugglers and acrobats. A pretty lady in beautiful blue robe sat on a big white horse, and two enormous elephants pulled a cage that held a roaring lion. Then came the clowns with their funny clothes and painted faces. Eric liked the clown with the red hair and sad face best of all. He was at the very end of the parade pushing a small dog in a baby carriage. When the parade was over, Debbie and Eric ran all the way to the park. They had waited all summer for the circus to arrive, and they were determined not to miss one exciting moment. Eric and Debbie were first in line to buy tickets. They had been saving their allowance all summer, but when Debbie reached into her pocket, the money was gone. "Oh no," cried Debbie, "it must have fallen out of my pocket. Now we can't buy a ticket to the circus." Sadly, they went and sat by the side of the circus tent. They could hear the music playing and the sound of the crowd as the people took their seats. Soon there was a loud fanfare and a roll of the drums, and they knew that the circus was about to begin. "I'm sorry," Debbie said, tears filling her eyes. "It's my fault for losing the money." "No, it's not," replied Eric softly, as he wiped away his own tears. "It was an accident." "You two look pretty glum," a strange voice said. Debbie and Eric looked up and saw the clown with the red hair. He was coming towards them, pushing his baby carriage in front of him. "A circus is supposed to make people happy," he continued, "not make them cry. We've lost our money," Eric explained, "and now we won't see the circus." The clown looked at the two sad faces. "Well then," he said, "perhaps you would like to help me out instead. My little dog is not very well today, so she's resting, and I haven't anyone to push around in my carriage. If you'll be part of my act, then I'll make sure you get the very best seats for the rest of the show." And that's exactly what happened. A few minutes later, when the ringmaster announced the clowns, there was Eric and Debbie, sitting in the baby carriage waving to the crowds and smiling the biggest smiles possible so that everyone could see that this was the best circus ever.
I'm glad that Eric and Debbie were able to see the circus after all.
Yeah, me too. Oh, educated elephants, look at the time. I gotta hurry, I'll be late for the big show. Hey, let's have a quiz before I go. I gotta get into the rest of my costume. There you go. There. See ya.
Do you see anything strange about this picture?